Dr. Myles Munroe's last message contained 4 keys to reaching your purpose. Recorded hours before his transition into glory, he left us with the formula for reaching your destiny. So stay tuned to hear this message, and at the end, we will examine some of the revelation within it. Here it is, the 4 keys to reaching your purpose.
Dominate the earth through work. What is work? Becoming yourself. That means you were born with a gift that's supposed to bring order to the earth. When you find what you were born to do, it brings order to resources. Let me explain. God's strategy, Genesis 2. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, no shrub of the field had yet appeared on the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprung up. And it tells us why. Because there was no rain. Why? Because God had not yet sent rain on the earth. There was no rain. Why? The rain would have caused the plants to grow out of the earth. God was ready for progress, development. He was ready for things to explode, but he withheld the rain, and it tells us why. Because there was no man to work the ground. God had a problem with management. He didn't want growth without management. He didn't want development without management. He didn't want things to just grow. You know, the difference between a forest and a garden is one of them is managed. God doesn't like bush, apparently. He likes garden. When you are chaotic, you repel resources. When you organize your life, you attract them. Can I put it another way? You want to write this down. This is very important. And that is, number 1, management is the primary goal of mankind. Number 2, whatever you fail to manage, you will lose. Number 3, God's primary measure of trusting you with material is management. And number 4, God will give to whoever effectively manages. And number 5, management attracts resources. And the big one, number 6, God will not give you what you pray for, only what you can manage. God heard your prayer all last year. I want $1 million. God said, I heard you. I heard you. But you can't manage tithing out of $100. Oh God, I needed $10 million. God said, $10 million? You can't manage your paycheck yet. In other words, don't pray for what you cannot manage. God will protect things from you. I'm speaking from my own personal experience. The more I am managing the pennies, God trusts me with dollars. And the more I manage the dollars, he trusts me with the hundreds. And when I manage the hundreds, he trusts me with the thousands. When I manage the thousands, he trusts me with the millions. In other words, God trusts you based on your management, not your prayer requests. You fast and you pray and you wonder why God's not responding. God's watching some other things. You ask God for a new house and you don't keep the one you're living in clean. You ask God for a car and God says you don't keep the motorbike clean. In other words, he checks management before he releases resources. It's not the request, it's the management ability he watches. Let me quote Jesus. If you cannot be trusted with little, who will trust you with more? In other words, it's so important for you to understand that management is more important than prayer. Because management determines whether your prayer gets answered. If you cannot be faithful over other people's property, who will give you property of your own? I'm quoting Jesus. If you cannot be faithful over what? Other people's property. The reason why God gives you a job is not because you're supposed to be there for the rest of your life. He sends you on other people's job to see how you manage other people's property. That includes the printing machine of those people, the paper clips you take home without asking, the pens you steal. He's watching everything. Going to work late, stealing other people's lunch hours, lying, say you're sick and staying home. God said, you can't manage the other people's time. How can I give you your own business? I want my own business. God said, you can't even keep a job. The reason why I gave you other people's property is to watch you to see if you can manage your own first. So once you prove you can manage theirs, then you know I'll trust you with your own, he says. Can you handle other people's money? Lawyers, contractors, don't get quiet on me now. You exist because you are the fulfillment of one of God's desires. You are the assignment in your generation. I was born to solve a problem in the world. So were you. I'm not better than you. I'm not a superior. I just found my problem. And my job is to help you find your problem. You were not born just to make a living, pay bills, and die. You were born to actually solve a problem on earth. And you are the solution. By the way, you get paid for the problems you solve. Write that down quick. You see, you don't work really for money, you work for solutions. And then people pay you for solutions. Once you find the problem, you found your wealth. I'm hearing all these layoffs taking place, and layoffs. And I'm sitting there going, boy, these people are going to go crazy, because that was their life. If your job is your life, that's your life, then you got to really ask God for revelation fast. Say it with me, I am necessary. Say it loud. Shout it loud. In other words, you are not a mistake. You came to earth and we need you. Whatever you carry, we need. We have to help you find it though. You were born to solve a problem. And if you never find that problem, the problem still exists. The graveyard is filled with people who never solved the problem they were born to solve. One of my major jobs in life is to help you find it. The demand upon my life is directly tied to the problems I realize I have to solve. Third world leadership problems. That demand was created by the solution that I keep supplying. Don't look for money. Please, don't look for money. Money follows solutions. Why do you think Bill Gates is so rich? Computers used to be as big as this room. Did you know that? Yeah, Bill Gates used to work for IBM when they used to do DOS. Boy, I used to hate that stuff. I couldn't remember all them, formulas. And Bill Gates developed Microsoft in IBM. Took it to the board, and the board said, it'll never work. So he resigned from IBM, went to his garage and built a computer with the software, and every IBM computer now carries his software. It could have been theirs, but they couldn't see beyond their own tradition. And what did he do? He solved a problem, richest man in the world. Your leadership is in the problem you were born to solve. I'm telling you, money follows solutions. Spend the next 3 weeks thinking about what I'm teaching right now. I want you to sit down the next 3 weeks, because you got 1 year about to leave you. You can let the next year be like this one. Staggering, wandering through life, trying to figure out whether you should retire. Let me tell you something. You better start thinking beyond your job. What is my gift? What is my strength? What is my uniqueness? What do I have that I can give the world? Let me go find the problem. Everybody say, be a business. I think this is the key, God wants you to be a business. Every problem is a business. Business is born when the solution to a problem is discovered. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Your job is your skill. Your work is your gift. You can be fired from your job. You can't be fired from your work. It's like trying to fire a bird from flying. If you tell a bird go away, he takes flight with him. Come on, give God a praise right there. You see, your gift goes with you. When I discovered my gift, I discovered I'll never be poor again. Why? Because poverty depends on what people think about you and your value of yourself. But when you have your gift, it doesn't matter where you land, bam, you could operate because your gift came with you. Life is bigger than your career. Your life is your call. Write this down, please. Whatever you were created to do and become, you possess it now. That means that whatever you were born to be is within you. God never places your future outside of you. Wherever you go, you carry it with you. Flight goes with the birds, swim goes with the fish, trees go with seeds. Your gift goes with you. In other words, whatever you were predestined to do is already prepared within you, and you came to this planet with your future trapped on the inside. I'm glad for that, because no one really controls your future. It's inside you, Paul. And all these years, the hidden stuff is still there. Maybe God sent some of you to this meeting just to reconnect you one more time to your real self. Tell your neighbor, you ain't saying nothing yet. Come on, say it like you believe it. You ain't saying nothing yet. Tell your neighbor, I'm going to manifest before I die. And you're going to be glad you sat next to me. Give God a hand for the manifestation of gifts. It will come to pass. Hallelujah. If people knew who you really were, they'd treat you differently. Huh? I mean, David's brothers cursed him. He came to bring them lunch. They had no idea he was the champion. Joseph's brother They call him old dreamer, stupid. They tore his clothes off. In him was the guy who was going to save their life years later. You don't know who you're sitting next to. Tell your neighbor, you better shake my hand right now. Congratulate me. Every problem is a business. I'm going to close on this verse. Sow your seed in the morning. You know who wrote this? The richest man that ever lived. Normally, I would suggest to people, if you want to be successful, don't take advice from a failure. This guy was the richest man that ever lived. I figure you better listen to the fella. Here's what he says. Sow your seed in the morning, and in the evening, let not your hands be idle. He tells you why. Because you know not which one might prosper you, whether this one or that one or both. Lord, have mercy. This is good advice. Let me explain what he means. He says, in the morning, go to work on your job. In the evening, work on your own business. See it there? In the morning, go to your job. In the evening, work on your work. In the morning, go to the job. In the evening, don't watch TV. Do you know that your future is after 5 p.m.? Please listen to me before I go. See, you don't understand. You build your life after you go home. Because from 9 to 5, you don't own your life. Think for a minute. You got a 9 to 5 job. That means you cannot grow between 9 and 5. You can't work on your future between 9 and 5. You're building someone else's. You got to work after 5. After 5 o'clock, start thinking, dreaming, working, developing. Why? He says, in the evening, let not your hands be idle. Now he tells you why. Because you know not which one will succeed. Now the folks who were just laid off this week from the hotel, if they only had the morning seed, they're in trouble. I'm talking to some of you. You need to go home and start working after 5. Life begins after 5 p.m. Your life. Sometimes people joke me, they joke with me, say, but Pastor Myles, you don't hardly sleep. You're right. Most of the time, I am working between, 6 and 2, 3 a.m. 4 a.m. is easy for me to go to work. I'm just going to bed at 4 a.m. My wife will tell you, but because you can't build your future by going to bed for 8 hours. 8 hours times 7 is 56. That means you sleep 2 days every week. No, this is serious business. You never thought about it. You sleep 2 days every week. Most successful people build their lives while you are sleeping. Sow your seed in the morning. And in the evening, let not your hands be idle. You see those books that Dr. Richard wrote? He didn't write them between 9 and 5. He probably up late in the night working on, all Pastor Dave, working hard. I want to talk about me, oh my God. To produce a global book, man, with research. You can't go to bed 9 o'clock. Sow your seed in the morning, and after 5, start working, he says. Both may succeed, You don't know which one. Boy, Bahamians love 5 o'clock. Get out of my way. Where you going? Home. That's about it. Just home. We're so busy going home, we don't go to our destiny. Be a different person. Don't be a normal person, please. Let today be the last day you allow TV to destroy your life. Shut it off.
Four keys to reaching your purpose. The first thing is, be faithful with little, and if you do, you will be put over much. This is something that Dr. Myles Munroe touched on, but it primarily has its origin in what Jesus said. Luke chapter 16 verse 10, one who is faithful with little can also be faithful with much. It's so clear. Jesus taught a principle of faithfulness. Before you can be trusted to have new heights in your purpose and in your business and in your success, you must first prove to be faithful in that which is little. If you're looking to have a church, can you be faithful with one member? Can you be faithful with 3 members? If you are faithful with 3, if you are diligent with 3, you will see 300. If you are faithful with your home budget, then you can be faithful and manage a greater budget. God will give you something more expensive. When you are faithful with little, even with time, if you can manage a day, God will give you something greater. Faithfulness. Whoever is faithful with little can be trusted with much. The second key to reaching your purpose: follow your passion and do the thing that brings a solution to this world. Follow your passion. Follow your passion. Do not end up at your deathbed and you look back and you say, I made some money at this job, but I never did the thing that I wanted to do. Do not have a moment of regret in your life where you say to yourself, you did not give it all you got. I tell you this day, the only way you can live a life with no regret is if you put your eggs in the basket of faith. Don't worry about fear. Don't worry about what may not work out or what someone may say. You step out on faith. You jump. You leap into what God has given you as your passion, and you put your eggs in that basket. And what will take place? Number 1, you will be successful when you move out on faith. But number 2, you will look back on your life and you will never have regret. Because I don't care how much money you make doing something you hate, you will have regret if you did not do what God put within you. Follow your passion. Number 3, this is so big. To be successful, to reach your purpose, you must pursue righteousness like your life depends on it, because it does. You cannot work for God. You cannot be successful in what God has put within you. You cannot reach your purpose, discover your purpose and your problem that you're going to solve in this world if you are not pursuing righteousness. That's number 1. And that is the reason why Jesus said in Matthew 6:33, but seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, God's righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. What things? The things that will bring what we need for a living. If you're going to tap into that good life, first, you must seek the kingdom and you must seek God's righteousness. What does that mean? That means doing what you know to be right. Following the Spirit of God that is within you that tells you what's right. He speaks to your conscience. He tells you what you should be doing with your time. He tells you when you should be studying. He tells you what types of things you should avoid doing, sinful things. Some may not even be sinful, but may just be lazy, may be disruptive, may be distracting. Whatever it is God is telling you not to do, stop doing it. Whatever you know to do, do it. Seek righteousness because your life depends on it. This is the reason why we have to seek God diligently. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Watch. He is the rewarder of those who diligently seek him. You want to be rewarded by God? Seek him with diligence. You're watching this video right now. That tells me you're seeking God. You know how many other videos you could be watching? You know what you could be doing with your time? But you are right now watching a video seeking the kingdom. You are doing exactly what God wants you to do. You're already on your way. Pursue righteousness. Number 4, work on your gift no matter your job. Dr. Myles Munroe said it best. Your future is after 5 p.m. You see, your job provides a means. It provides a living. It provides a wage. But your work, the thing you were born to do, is something that you must develop. And to do that, it takes time, which means after you get off of your job, you better get diligent on your assignment. Start developing yourself, your mind, your abilities. Start crafting your plan. And if you do so, you will find that God is faithful and he will allow you to be successful in that thing so that your job can be something that you can choose whether you want to do or not. because your passion will provide for the rest. And here's something I want you to know. Many people worry. They say, well, I don't have time to work on my assignment for God and also work at this job. But let me tell you, if you are faithful in working on your assignment for God, He can do in 3 days what it would take you to do in 3 years. It can take you 3 years of grinding, of studying, of going back to school, doing all these different things. But if you are just faithful to God, go with what He tells you to do. Remember this, in 3 days, He could cause a change that could catapult you to where you never knew you would be so soon. Because when God is in it, you best believe you're going to win it. These 4 steps will certainly get you to the purpose that you know is for you. That's the reason why you're watching this video. That's the reason why you can't sleep, because you know greater is in you than what others know about. It's about to be exposed. For the study notes to this teaching, email me, Jaron@aocnet.org, and I will send you the free documents that will renew your mind and get you into thinking in the way that you need to think to get to where you need to be. And to get that full teaching of Dr. Munroe, he has a lot more meat in there, a lot more solid food in there. You're definitely going to want to go to munroeglobal.com and let them know that you want the teaching, the power of self-government, and you will see that that teaching will bless you. God bless you. And as always, I'll see you again, AOC Network.